So I have on the screen the first story we're going to talk about, and the headline, murder is not the answer to your problems. Apparently this guy did this because he couldn't tell his girlfriend he didn't want to get married, so instead this seemed like a better solution for him. It's baffling what's happening to people and their judgment and their reasoning and their problem solving and their critical thinking skills. How could anybody think that's going to be better? But yeah, apparently he did. I think that was the answer to his problems in West Virginia. It's not just West Virginia, it's all over. And then what is it? I don't know. Those might be good for juicing.
What?
Those might be good for juicing.
I don't know.
Okay. So let's see here. So this man over here, right here, is accused of stabbing 2 women before he set a house on fire. 42 years old, Joshua Russell Morrow. He's charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder and 1 count of first-degree arson. And this happened 10:45 Sunday on Spring Valley Road in Wayne County, according to the West Virginia State Police. He was arrested early Friday morning, this was the last weekend obviously, in Huntington. According to a criminal complaint filed in Wayne County Magistrate Court, the remains of 2 women, one, Brittany Brown, 34 years old, and her 57-year-old mother, Irma Brown, were found in the home, which was owned by Morrow, so his own home that he set on fire. When investigators were removing the remains, they noticed what appeared to be stab wounds and blood stains. West Virginia Medical Examiner's Office later confirmed that the women had multiple stab wounds to their torsos. Investigators say they were told by neighbors that Morrow was last seen leaving the residence on Sunday, but they were unsure of where a 15-month-old was that lived in the residence. Investigators say Brittany Brown was the mother of the child and Irma Brown the grandmother. Morrow is the biological father. Surveillance video from a neighbor's home on the night of the fire showed Morrow's vehicle arriving at the residence at 7:54 p.m. and leaving at 8:22 p.m. Investigators said a glow of light could be seen coming from the home following Morrow's departure, which was indicative of the increasing intensity of the structural fire. At 9:42 p.m., that's like an hour and, 20 minutes after he left, Morrow was seen arriving at a home in Hamlin, where he left the child and asked the residents to help take care of his daughter, and seemingly referenced the alleged crime. The crews were alerted to the house fire at 10:40 p.m. It's about 2 hours, a little over 2 hours after the fire started. The unknown location of the infant in the hours after the fire sparked an Amber Alert out of Huntington until they found out that the little girl was safe in Lincoln County an hour later. No longer has a mother or grandmother because this father decided that this was the best thing that he could do right now. Morrow hasn't been charged in relation to the Amber Alert. Investigators say they were told by witnesses that Morrow has been in possession of a large knife that was later found in his vehicle along with a handgun. So he has a preliminary hearing scheduled for Monday morning, and that was, let's see what's going on with this guy here. That was updated on the 20th, so that should be tomorrow morning, preliminary hearing on that. And I believe we go into this a little further. The motive, I believe, was that he didn't want to marry her. Pretty sure. Let's take a little look here. see. He alleged when he dropped his daughter off at 9:42, which would mean that he had his daughter with him when he did this, that he alleged to the people that he dropped his daughter off to that they were all gone, meaning the mother Brittany Brown, the grandmother Irma Brown. And, he did that and then ran off with the 15-month-old and brought her to those people who he asked to please take care of her. Let's see what else we can find out about this. And that's what, but they didn't know. That's what sparked the Amber Alert that was issued now. Let me see here. I want to see something. Oh my goodness. I am going to put the memory in my computer. Hopefully tomorrow. See if we can get that, but let's see what this is about. Something I just was reading and it just... take care of his daughter because people were trying to put him in jail, is what he said. He also allegedly said they were all gone and went up in a blaze. Morrow was 18 when he was indicted in 2001 in Kanawha County for murder. He pled guilty to second-degree murder and was sentenced to 40 years in prison before he got out on parole in 2017. Okay. So he already pled guilty to second-degree murder. Hold on. Sorry, I'm sneezing. Got out on parole in 2017. Wow. He didn't have custody of his daughter. And, hold on. I'm so sorry. He's being held in the Western Regional Jail without bail, and he is set to appear in court on Monday, like I said. But I'm just trying to read, because I believe that this was... This is not the one. There's quite a few. There's more than one fiance or husband who has done away with his wife in the last few days. We're going to go over. So let's see. I thought the motive for this one was the marriage, but maybe it's not. So I'm just trying to see if... Okay. Laura was last seen in Huntington, has ties to Lincoln County. I don't know if that's... I might have that mixed up with another one. Hang on, I'm going to have to get a tissue. 1 second. Okay, sorry, I'm back. So we'll go over some of it. Yeah, but I think I just want to see if there's anything else about this guy, being that he was already... Let me see what I can find here. sometimes, like I said, it all started. Okay, that doesn't tell us anything there. This one, yeah. All saying the same man that took the baby had something. Are they say? Oh, yeah. Okay, so somebody posted. What is this? Baby was found safe with the babysitter. Man is, I guess he went to Pennsylvania. They said he will come turn himself in. Hold on a minute. It's so cold here, guys. It is -2 degrees. I can't get warm. I'm freezing. Okay. Let me see here now. Okay, let me go. Yeah, I don't know if this is the one that the reason he did this was because of a marriage. I don't think that's this one. But there's another case we're going to talk about, okay? There's a few of others that we're going to talk about. So that's that one there. A very tragic story. Little 15-month-old girl has no mother, grandmother, and she's got a father that, killed her mother and her grandmother and is going away for life, I'm sure. And wouldn't want her raised by him anyway. So just like another life right there. Who's going to raise this baby? I don't know. We'll see. But let me go to, there was a case out of Texas. Is this the one? Oh my gosh, this is not, I can't even believe this. Hold on a minute. Okay, I don't even understand. Wow, this is crazy. Okay. I don't know. How many of these can there be? This is crazy. This is the one I thought we were going to look at, but this is not. the one. Okay, I'm not even going to. Okay, here's a very, very disturbing story. This little boy over here, on the 20th December, Micah Dembski, this is from the GoFundMe page, met with the Lord. A devastating chain of events unraveled, causing the death of a 1-year-old son of Angelina Dembski. This sweet little boy was a kind and joyful soul, loving all people and especially dogs. His kind heart and beautiful smile warmed the hearts of everyone he came in contact with. He loved his family, especially his mama. He loved being with family, going to the park and singing hymns with his family. Okay, at this time, Angelina's unemployed. If you're able to help, God bless you. This is already, they have 100K coal, and it's raised $70,311, their GoFundMe, but what happened was horrific. So now that you see that, the 1-year-old child was found dead at a Sacramento County home during a domestic disturbance call. His father has been accused of murder. Deputies say they responded to the home on Versailles Way in the Antelope area on Friday for a call of a domestic disturbance between the father and mother of the child. They forced themselves inside, and the father refused to let them in and fought with them. They found the boy's body in the bedroom. The father, 28-year-old Andre Dembski, faces several charges, including murder and assault. He is also accused of assaulting his mother-in-law. A spokesperson for the sheriff's office said deputies were visibly shaken from what is described as one of the most horrific things he's ever heard. The sheriff's office is working to provide resources to add Micah's mother. Okay. He beheaded his child. That's the father. The North Patrol deputies responded, and they were told by the mother that he was assaulting her and her mother. He refused to answer the door and surrender peacefully. Authorities learned that a toddler was alone in the residence with the man. They wrote that the father had possibly injured the child after throwing him. Deputies then forced entry into the home. Once inside, they discovered the uncooperative and physically resistive Dembski, as well as the severed head of a child in a bedroom. Yeah. Unbelievable, right? Unbelievable. So according to authorities, he used a knife to behead and murder the 1-year-old child. Detectives arrested and booked him into Sacramento County Main Jail, where he remains in custody, ineligible for bail. According to his jail records, he's been charged with 3 felonies: assault by means of force likely to produce great bodily injury, corporal injury to a spouse or cohabitant, and murder. His next court appearance is scheduled for December 24th. The child has been identified as Micah Dembski. Loved ones have identified the child on a GoFundMe campaign, which has doubled its $25,000 goal with over $57,000. Now it's got 70, what did I just say, almost 75? Like, that's gonna, I mean, this poor mother, the family, everything. Just disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. Who does that? Who does that? It's horrendous. Okay, amid his arrest, his mother-in-law was transported to the hospital for her injuries, which were not life-threatening. Amar Gandhi, a spokesperson for the SCSO, said that he alleged the beheading was one of the most horrific things he's learned of. He added that the authorities were visibly shaken. For this family who has got to pick up the pieces and go on, I mean, their world is shattered, he said. A memorial has been made outside of the child's house featuring flowers, teddy bears, and candles. Gandhi said he cannot think of a worse call in 20 years and that authorities will have this case in their hearts and minds for the rest of their careers and beyond. This sweet little boy was kind and joyful soul, loving all people and especially dogs, according to the GoFundMe. Horrible. Yeah, just absolutely can't even believe some of the stuff. It's just unbelievable. Okay. Okay, and then we have this one here. This is a Texas mother. She's been charged with 9 felony counts related to the medical abuse of her 15-year-old daughter. Investigators are looking into allegations that she may have lied about her own medical diagnoses and defrauded Medicaid and individual donors for a cancer diagnosis she didn't have. Denise Zamora, 40 years old. She's been accused of submitting false medical histories for her daughter that led to unnecessary and potential harmful medical procedures over a 6-year period that included insertion of a feeding tube. Zamora has been charged with 1 count of injury to a child, serious bodily injury, 1 count of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, 3 counts of injury to a child, 4 counts of endangering a child. One of those counts relates to unnecessary administration of ketamine and pain treatments in which the victim became dependent. The dangerous weapons charge relates to the use of the doctor's scalpel to insert an unnecessary feeding tube. The arrest affidavit is more than 20 pages long. Zamora falsified symptoms including headache, stomach pain, nausea, seizures, spinal issues beginning in 2018. The complaints led to the girl using a wheelchair, 7 emergency room visits, 12 hospital admissions, 44 diagnoses, and 19 different prescriptions. Zamora said her daughter was deaf and nonverbal, communicating only by sign language. A doctor said in the affidavit it's believed to be a case of Munchausen syndrome by proxy, in which a caregiver creates the false appearance of medical conditions in another person. In one instance in the affidavit, it says that Zamora was caught on covert video surveillance taking a syringe from a vanity and using the syringe to insert what appeared to be a clear, unknown liquid into the victim's feeding bag, and then taking the feeding bag down, pouring some of the contents into a cup, then presenting to the nurse that the victim had thrown up. But that wasn't all. The sheriff's office also accused, but has so far not charged Zamora with falsifying her own medical history, claiming to have cancer. The suspect deceived her family and friends, going as far as shaving her head, claiming to be undergoing chemotherapy treatments. There is potential for an investigation into Medicaid fraud, charges for an estimated $500,000 to $1 million in unnecessary medical treatments. Detectives suspect that Zamora may have solicited monetary donations for both herself and her child's medical expenses, and they've asked anyone who may have donated to Zamora to contact them at 817-884-3749. Meanwhile, Zamora was released on a $50,000 bond, and she was prohibited from having contact with her daughter. She is also barred from being alone with any child under 17. Police did not provide any information about the teen's current condition or whereabouts. Crazy, right? I just heard Christmas music playing. And I didn't get to say, hi, Pokeroo, how are you? I just mentioned you yesterday when I was, had this Canada thing. Hi, Debbie. Hello to Scooter. Slam RN, hi. Hi, L. Hi, Kevin. Hi, Lori Staggs, how are you? Oh, I'm in silly top chat. I don't like to silly top chat. Hi, UHP. Pokeroo. What was that chime I just heard? Hi, Joe Smith. How are you? Rosalita Marie, hello. Sorry if I missed anybody. Video Reel. Jen Grill. Okay, I don't know, maybe this was a new subscriber or something. Okay, let's go on. Okay. Okay, here's what's this about now. This is kind of crazy. TikTok prankster named Charles Smith is facing a felony poison charge after spraying bug killer on supermarket produce. What a jerk, right? What a freaking jerk. Police say the 27-year-old, known on TikTok as Wolfie Coletti, filmed himself spraying pesticide on fresh produce in a Walmart store. That's just horrendous, isn't it? Food being the price it is, and people, if that wasn't caught, have been put in so much danger. Plus, not to mention releasing that stuff in the air, people that are pregnant, smelling that. I mean, oh, that's horrible. He's facing charges including introducing poison, criminal damage, endangerment after filming himself spraying pesticide on fresh produce at an Arizona Walmart store. According to a press release from the Mesa Police Department, 27-year-old Smith, known on TikTok again as Wolfie Coletti, was arrested and charged on Saturday, December 21st, for allegedly spraying deadly chemicals across several food items earlier this week. Police say that at about 8:30 p.m. on December 19th, Smith went into the Walmart located at South Stapley Street Drive with the intention of filming a prank for his TikTok account. Now, he has to be stupid, right? Because He's going to show himself in a Walmart spraying this stuff and thinks there'll be no repercussions. Nobody's going to call. Nobody's going to identify him, right? That just right there really shows what we're dealing with. Okay. So he goes there with that intention, and they allege that Smith picked up a can of Hot Shot Ultra, bed bug and flea killer. Didn't pay for it. He then allegedly sprayed it across fresh produce and other food, including vegetables, fruit, and rotisserie chickens that were available for purchase. Wow. In a now deleted TikTok video, Smith filmed himself picking up the pesticide can and spraying it across the food, police added. Court documents state that Smith then left the store and posted the video. Once he left, he began to see comments online saying how horrible the act was, and he decided to return and collect the items. Collect the items. Through investigative means and with assistance from the Tempe Police Department, detectives were able to identify Smith as the suspect. Mesa police contacted Smith and he turned himself in voluntarily. Investigators added that during an interview with police, he admitted the theft and spraying of the pesticide. Smith now faces charges of criminal damage, endangerment, and theft, all misdemeanors, as well as introducing poison, a Class 6 felony, the least severe felony charges in Arizona. Court records from the case state that Smith called himself a troll, and he often posed provocative pranks that are meant to cause controversy or uproar. In his TikTok bio, Smith calls himself a tycoon creator and supreme villain. His videos regularly garner more than 1 million views, while some clock in at 12 million views. Recent videos on his page include pranks in which he uses a bike lock or bungee cord to lock customers inside open businesses while he stands outside the doors, as well as places raw bacon inside a laundromat washing machine being used by a stranger. The court records state that Smith makes anywhere from $6,000 to $10,000 per month from TikTok. Walmart said that all of the products that were involved in the incident were removed from the store and the area has been thoroughly cleaned. My gosh, yeah, okay, thoroughly cleaned. The health and safety of our customers and associates is always a top priority, said a statement from Walmart. We apologize for any inconvenience this may have caused our customers. As we work to resolve this issue, we will continue to work closely with law enforcement during the investigation. The Mesa Police Department say that this case is an example of what can happen when social media goes too far. This incident underscores the potential dangers of reckless actions disguised as social media pranks. Smith later uploaded 2 videos that showed removing produce from the shelves and relocating them within the Walmart store. Relocating them? The TikToker told the outlet that all of the produce was thrown away right after. He added that no one was poisoned. Wow, that's just unbelievable. Unbelievable. Does anybody know this guy? Anyone know him? I'm just wondering if anybody watched this guy. Is his TikTok even still up? Let's see if you guys are here. Anybody watch this guy? $6,000 to $10,000 a month. Hello, Valerie Ventura. How are you? Nice to see you. Thanks for coming in. Appreciate that. Hello, Heart Made Wise. I don't come on YouTube very often anymore, but sure love Carolyn and family and the chatters. Where's Jimmy? Are you watching Jimmy? He went to bed, Pokeroo. He's been hanging up a lot of stuff on the walls that we had to get up. We got up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 more things on our walls. Isn't that great, Pokeroo? Well, we got both of our trees up, 2 of the trees up. We did a little more decorating today. I didn't do the gingerbread today, but we had a nice family day. Kids went for a run, if you saw that. Then we had some BLTs, and we just did some stuff. Like I said, I did a little more decorating, and I think tomorrow I'll do gingerbread. We had to tie up some things online with shopping and a couple of things. Got the wrapping ready to go, and I'm going to do that. Yeah, that stuff a little bit at a time. So yeah, it looks like this woman is just... Oh, I think you're behind a little bit, Valerie. Yeah, so, okay. So, yeah, this guy, these pranks. I mean, a lot of people have been thrown out of Walmart for the pranks they throw, you know. Yeah. Okay. So, let's see what else we've got now. See what this is from. Oh, this is... Okay, a Virginia college student's accused of plotting a bombing attack in New York City. That's great. So let's see what we have over here. Abdullah Hassan, 18, is charged with distributing information on using weapons of mass destruction to attack the Israeli consulate. Okay, so let's see what's up with this. A Virginia college student. Where's that coming? That shouldn't be coming from night already. Okay, so here we go. Federal prosecutors have charged that Virginia student with plotting to attack the Israeli consulate building in New York. Abdullah Mohammed Hassan, an 18-year-old freshman at George Mason University who's originally from Egypt, was arrested on Tuesday, and he faces charges related to distributing information related to explosives, destructive devices, and weapons of mass destruction as part of an alleged plot to blow up the consular office per a criminal complaint that was filed in the Eastern District of Virginia. Twitter, or now called X, accounts believed to belong to Hassan had been posting of admiration for Al-Qaeda and ISIS and hating Jews when an undercover federal informant reached out, according to an affidavit signed by FBI Special Agent Tyler Ellefson. After the informant allegedly shared a pro-ISIS video calling for the killing of Jews, prosecutors say he pledged allegiance to ISIS and called Hassan his emir, adding that he was waiting on Hassan's direction. Hassan and the informant allegedly hatched plans for a mass casualty attack. Hassan instructed the informant on how to bypass Google safeguards to find bomb-making instructions before eventually sending him a video directly. Hassan would later learn that the informant was in New York, which he allegedly described as a goldmine of targets, and suggested he attack the Israeli consulate general near the United Nations in Manhattan because it represented the Jewish people. Hassan would allegedly send the informant links for purchasing firearms and ball bearings for bombs, instructing him to pay in cryptocurrency. Prosecutors say Hassan also gave instructions on surveilling the target and recording a martyrdom video before the attack to explain his actions. He also allegedly instructed him to have flight tickets ready to a country that doesn't have an extradition treaty with the United States. The State of Israel deeply appreciates the swift action and cooperation of the American security services in thwarting the recent attempted attack on our consulate, said Ophir Akunis, the Israeli consul general in New York, in a statement. This attempted attack by terror organizations is an attack on the sovereign soil of the State of Israel in its entirety. A message to Hassan's lawyer with the federal defenders was not returned for a response to this story, and Hassan has been banned from George Mason's campus, although disciplinary action has not yet been taken. University President Gregory Washington said that he's been banned. Wow, that's crazy. And here's another influencer in trouble. Where did I just see her? I don't know. Hang on one second. No. Who is the? Okay, let me just make sure. I'm just going to. This is odd. Let me just see this. Anybody know a Texas influencer, Ashley Grayson? Tell me if you've heard of her, because I'm going to pull up something from the Department of Justice. I'm going to pull that right over here and tell you about this influencer. Hold on a second. I have to put my phone on the charger here because I just realized it's not, and I'm trying to pull over this Department of Justice thing, and I don't know what happened to my phone. Let me put my phone here. And freezing. I'm coming back. Hang on. I'll be right there. Oh my gosh. I'm back, and I don't know why this is. Okay. Let me pull this over there now. Get over there. Come on. Come on. Oh man. All right. It's half over, and it doesn't want to go over the rest of the way. Let's see. You can get it to go over there. Take this one down. Oh, please. There it goes. I think it is finally going over. Everything is delayed, so everything I was moving over is finally moving over. So sorry for the delay. Hang on, I'm going to go through and try to shut down some of these other photos. those, 'cause because we do not need them. Okay. We don't need that. We don't need that. And we don't need that. And we have that. Okay. Now it just went away. What? Now everything's shut down. Get out of here. Hold on a minute, guys. My Chrome just crashed. Gotta love technology when it doesn't work. Hang in with me for a minute, please. This is so freaking annoying. Okay. I appreciate it. Appreciate your patience. I just don't know which. Both of them are over there. This is so crazy. If I can bring them over here, I'll be able to get them back. Come over here. There we go. Okay. Sorry so much. Sorry. Memphis, Tennessee. Ashley Grayson of Dallas, Texas, was sentenced to 10 years in federal prison for her conviction related to a murder-for-hire conspiracy that, if successful, would have resulted in the death of a South Haven, Mississippi woman, Reagan Fondren. Acting United States Attorney for the Western District of Tennessee announced the sentence today. Ashley Grayson ran an internet business and gained notoriety from her online presence. In 2021, Grayson had a falling out with a woman from South Haven, Mississippi, who operated an online business similar to Grayson's. Are you catching this now? These are two online personalities. You see what's happening now? Okay, just pay attention. Grayson suspected the South Haven woman of creating fake online profiles that criticized Grayson and her business. The pair never met in person. So what they're saying is Ashley Grayson was saying that this other woman was trolling her with sock accounts, and they were making fun of her business. In August of 2022, Grayson asked a Memphis woman with whom she had worked in the past to fly to Dallas to discuss a business opportunity. The Memphis woman and her husband went to Dallas in early September 2022 and met with Grayson and her husband, and Grayson offered to pay the Memphis couple to kill 3 different people. It's just the internet. Nothing will happen. The South Haven woman, then Grayson's former boyfriend, and a Texas woman who had recently made negative social media posts about Grayson. Okay? Now that's 2 people on the internet that she's never met. She was arranging to have them killed along with her ex-boyfriend. Each one of these killings had a value to Grayson of at least $20,000. On September 10th of 2022, the Memphis woman video recorded a call to Grayson where Grayson confirmed that she wanted the South Haven woman killed as soon as possible. She offered her an extra $5,000 for the murder to be carried out in the next week. Later, the Memphis couple sent Grayson a picture of police lights from an unrelated incident in Memphis under the guise that they had attempted to carry out Grayson's murder for hire but were unsuccessful. They demanded $10,000, half of the promised price, from Grayson for the attempt. The Memphis couple went to Dallas, where they met with Grayson and her husband and received $10,000 from them for the attempt. In July of 2023, a grand jury in the Western District of Tennessee returned a one-count indictment for use of interstate facility and commission of murder for hire violation against both Ashley Grayson and her husband, Joshua Grayson. The case proceeded to trial in March 2024, where after a week-long trial, a jury acquitted Joshua but found Ashley Grayson guilty as charged. On October 31st, 2024, United States District Court Judge Thomas L. Parker sentenced Ashley Grayson to 120 months, the maximum sentence of imprisonment available for a violation, and 3 years of supervised release. There is no parole in the federal system. Acting U.S. Attorney Fondren said, "This was a 21st century crime where online feuds and senseless rivalries bled into the real world. The defendant tried to hire someone to murder a woman over things that happened exclusively on the internet. Fortunately, no one was physically hurt in this case, but the victim and her family still felt a severe and emotional impact as the result of the defendant's actions. The proactive response from the investigating agencies and our prosecutors prevented an even more serious crime from occurring. This murder for hire plot underscores the strength of joint federal law enforcement efforts to ensure the safety of the citizens in our community," said Special Agent in Charge Joe Carrico of the FBI Nashville Field Office, Memphis Resident Agency. "This sentence demonstrates the commitment of the FBI and our partners to investigate violent crimes and root out those who seek to prey on the public. This case was investigated by the Federal Bureau of Investigation and the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms and Explosives. Acting U.S. Attorney Fondren thanked the Assistant United States Attorneys Neil Oldham and Bryce Phillips, who prosecuted this case on the government's behalf, as well as law enforcement partners who investigated this case." Okay. This is crazy case. So let's look this up a little bit, because that's a very light sentence, 10 years for the murder of 3 people for hire. That's crazy, because what is the reason that she got caught? Think about it. They didn't know this, so it's very possible this could have all occurred, and she's getting 10 years. That's the maximum sentence, but it does not seem like long enough for someone that thinks that they can do this kind of stuff, right? 10 years? Okay, let's now see here. Ashley Grayson. I'm just like thinking that I might have seen this trial or not. Okay. Okay, let me get a picture here of Ashley Grayson so we can get an image, which is right here. I'm going to make this larger before I even pull it over. Okay, and so let's see who her rival was. So her husband was earlier acquitted of any involvement. I don't understand how that's so when he was sitting there with her. That's just odd, but let's see here. Instagram. I guess this is her and her husband. Let's see. Okay, so here's something. I guess when they were this is still up, an about her page here on something. So there they are, and I'm going to tell you, it says, meet Ashley Grayson. This is from 2023. All right, so today we've got the honor of introducing you to Ashley Grayson. Okay, let's see what. Ashley had a passion for event planning and design. All right, she has an event planning. What is this about? How did you build your audience on social media was a question she was asked, and she said our audience was curated from relationships and connections we have with our closest friends groups. We would invite our friends to attend the events we host and promote the details on Instagram and Facebook. We would often hire a photographer and videographer to capture the guest's experience, and after each event, photos and videos would be shared on social media. We learned that people like seeing others having a good time, and this action allowed our social media presence and guest attendance to grow. Okay, so she had this, let's see. There, her business was Just Friends Events, and it was a social organization that hosts social events and engagement for the young professional demographic. Within our first year of business, we hosted parties once a month. The enthusiasm of partying with others started off very exciting. Okay, so it says her website, which I'm sure is down. Yeah, it says, sorry, something went wrong when you go to her website address. And let's see, here's her username was Just Friends 614. Okay, yeah, she doesn't have a very large following on Instagram. Not at all. 5,744, and I bet she got a lot of those with the trial that it's still up. It's not a very large following at all. So this was Ashley and Destin Grayson. There they are again. Meanwhile, she's plotting the murder of 3 people, right? As she's talking about what a great presence she has online and all of this, right? Yeah. Yeah, sure. Okay. So that is up, and then let's see. She's allegedly still has a Facebook up. Come on. But anyway, that's her, and I want to see who is it that she was. Okay, let's take a look at this. This would be a good case to look into. I'm trying to see. Who it is that so far everything that I'm finding is about in that press release that I just read you. But I want to see about her trial because, let me see here, Ashley Grayson trial. Let me pull this. All right, let's see here. The indictment, the main document. Let me pull this over here. Okay, Ashley Grayson and Joshua Grayson, together with others known and unknown to the grand jury, did knowingly and intentionally conspire to use and cause another to use a facility of interstate commerce, to wit, a cellular telephone, with the intent that the murder of D.H., a real person known to the grand jury, be committed in violation of the law of the state of Mississippi, and as a consideration for the receipt of and promise an agreement to pay money and other items of pecuniary value and inviolate. Okay, let's, that was her indictment. Hold on a minute. Let me get, what did I just have? This? I don't want that. Hold on, let me pull this for a sec. I need to go back on this and go to another document. Okay, the attachment, notice of the penalties, the arrest warrant. Let's take a look at the arrest warrant. Okay, that's just the absolute arrest warrant of Ashley. What else do we have here? Of release, surrender of passport. Okay. Setting the letter. Of official transcript. Let me see here. All right, let's take a look at this for just a second. Let's go over a couple of things. The second device be, okay, they're talking about second device. Okay, Your Honor, it was supposed to be $20,000. Our witnesses, however, said that they tried to carry out the homicide and told Miss Grayson they deserved at least half of the money. They sent her pictures or a video of police lights and intimated that that's where they had tried to take out the person who they had decided needed to be killed now. In the same night, they drove to Dallas. They met Miss Grayson and her husband in the bottom floor apartment that is in his name. And we do have the surveillance video where they meet. They are there for a few moments, Your Honor, and Mr. Grayson is seen to push something over to the witnesses in this case, and they will testify that it was $10,000. So it would be half of what the amount promised was? Was the money recovered? Mr. Oldham said, "It was not, Your Honor. When this all happened, before police ever got involved, okay. The case actually came to light when they reached out to a local attorney." See? The police had no idea of this. Had these people just carried this out, it would have just been carried out. That's why I think 10 years is way too low. And the case actually came to light when they reached out to a local attorney who they reached out to me and my office to say, "We have this issue. What should we do?" And then they came in and started. I'm sorry, who reached out? A local attorney. A local attorney and a key witness? He could be, Your Honor, if they were impeached, I think. Sure. He could be, but I think at this point he's not. A local Dallas attorney? No, a local Memphis attorney. Memphis attorney? Yes, Your Honor. Oh, okay. Who went to the local Memphis attorney with this concern? The Johnsons, Your Honor, the people who had been hired. After they got the money, I think the communication with Ms. Grayson broke down pretty rapidly, and then they went to their attorney. Okay. Were they trying to collect more money, or were they concerned that they were about to be indicted? Your Honor, I think it's probably a combination of both, and I believe that Ms. Grayson, and I think that record bears out, was going to say that they were maybe extorting her, and she went to the FBI herself right around that time that the attorney brought those two people in to speak with me, and initially the ATF was involved, and then the FBI got involved. Sure, okay, well, this is interesting. It is an interesting case, Your Honor. In the 235 pages disclosed, is this in there? I mean, I don't know what's in the disclosures and whether there's a separate disclosure. A video? There is, Your Honor. If there is a video, there was a Facebook search warrant done, Your Honor, on Ms. Grayson's phone, and there was a search warrant performed on the witness's phone, Your Honor. Just to preserve whatever was on there. Sure, the court says. Mr. Oldham says, what we did have is the video that I described at the very beginning, Your Honor, and then the surveillance video from the apartment complex that I also described. Those are in the main digital things that we're relying on. Sure. The rest was to preserve and to show that there was communication between our witnesses and Mr. Grayson, and the activity of both there was so much of it on social media to show all the people interacting. The court says, do we have text messages? Mr. Oldham says, not that we're especially relying on, Your Honor. That would be significant. The court says, okay. Mr. Oldham says, it is mostly if I could get back up, Your Honor, the very first part is the witnesses from here flying to Dallas to have an in-person conversation. We do have the record of their flight, I think on September 5th, Your Honor, to Dallas, and we also have some sort of mobile platform, I think Cash App, but I'm not positive, a transfer of money to Ms. Grayson from Ms. Grayson to Ms. Johnson to purchase that plane ticket for the first conversation. Court says, okay, can you track the $10,000? Mr. Oldham says, we cannot, Your Honor. It was in cash. Once it came back, first there was a transfer of less than that on Cash App, Your Honor, for the plane ticket, and then the $10,000 came back. It was, by the time I met with the people, they said it was in large part already gone. The court says, sure, what evidence do they have other than that video on the $10,000? It would just have to be the reliability of our witnesses, Your Honor. Court says, sure. And how many Johnsons went or individuals went to Texas? 2 Johnsons and a driver, Your Honor. Okay. And they drove there? They were in the lobby for a matter of minutes and turned right back around and came back, Your Honor, all in the same trip. Court says, what kind of vehicle? Mr. Oldham says, I think it was a Toyota Camry or another sedan that looks like that. But I think it's a Camry, Your Honor. Court says, was it rented or owned? Mr. Oldham says, I believe it was owned by the driver or one of his people or relatives. The court said, and is this driver a witness in the case? Mr. Oldham says he is somebody that the FBI has spoken to, Your Honor. Court says, okay. Mr. Oldham says, I believe the court says, so we've got the two Johnsons, the driver, and then you have all of this electronic material or some electronic material? Mr. Oldham says, some electronic material, Your Honor. Also, the other two people who were first subject to the conversation, and I think it's significant because they discussed them again during that video call and their decisions not to have them do that at the time. So I think that the conflicts that Ms. Grayson had with some of them would be relevant and significant to show that she has a conflict with three people. She has spoken, like the witnesses say, to the witnesses about all three, and they're deciding right now is the best time for one of them. And then she gives reasons why right now is not okay for the other two. So I think that was significant, and there is a communication between them. Your Honor, there has also been, because this is social media, a lot of posts made since then. The FBI is now getting those together for a second round, but it's been happening so often. We were trying to accumulate so that we can turn it over to the attorneys, both posts by Ms. Grayson and posts by the other. Court says, the other social media person? Mr. Oldham says, Ms. Grayson is posting on social media about this, somewhat saying, you don't know the whole story. Things are going to happen, and things like that. And then the other two people who are not the victim in the indictment have been posting a lot about the case and people responding. And then the third person, who is the victim, has been talked about a lot. So there's a lot going on in the case, Your Honor. Court. It's still going on? Mr. Oldham. Yes, Your Honor. The court. Now the question is any of that relevant to the charge in this case? Some of it might be relevant on an admission side. I don't know. Mr. Oldham. I believe that there are some admissions made by Ms. Grayson of, you don't know what they did to me, kind of almost intimating that to get me to this point or to what happened. You don't understand what happened before. The court says, sure. Is her social media business still thriving? Mr. Oldham says, I do not know, Your Honor, but I know that Mr. Grayson and Ms. Grayson are very successful, and I would not be surprised. I think Ms. Grayson actually coaches other people on how to build a business online, and like I said, I know that they're both very successful, but I'm not aware of the status of, the court says, and how much of there are online videos that you have, right? Mr. Oldham says, yes, Your Honor. The court says, okay, Ms. Grayson, what does she do online? What is she promoting? Mr. Oldham says, she promotes credit repair. Court says, oh my goodness. Mr. Oldham says, I think if you give her your personal information, then she can access those reports. She then goes in and does what she can to help people with credit repair. And I think she also, like I said, Your Honor, from that, because she has grown her business, now she teaches other people how to do either that or other things. I'm not sure what her teaching does, but I know that she does do personal coaching, and I think seminars. The court says, okay. Mr. Oldham says, and that's how she met Ms. Johnson, Your Honor. The very beginning, several years before this started, she reached out to Ms. Johnson because Ms. Johnson is a local person in Memphis who has a large following on social media. So Ms. Johnson was able to then advertise Ms. Grayson's business, and I think that helped her gain more traction in this market and to have her business grow. The court says, okay, that's all helpful. Do you anticipate any experts in the case? If you do, we need to get them disclosed right away. Mr. Oldham says, yes, Your Honor. I do not believe that most of these records are standard records that come in the normal course of a trial and through the normal course of evidence. The court says, okay, that's helpful. Have you been told by the defense if they anticipate any experts? Mr. Oldham says, I have not, Your Honor. The court says they have a duty to tell you if they do, because you've made your Rule 16 disclosures. Mr. Oldham says, yes, Your Honor. The court says, well, let's go back and ask them. Okay, Mr. Ballin. Any experts in this case? Mr. Ballin. Your Honor, our involvement is relatively recent. Whatever the date is, it is. We are aware of our obligation under the rules to disclose. There are none to disclose today, as of today. The court says, okay, so do you have any experts? Mr. Ballin says, as of today, no. No, sir, but we realize our continuing duty to disclose if we do have any. The court says, you could have already missed your time period to disclose already under the local rules, but we will make sure that we set a very clear date on that. Sometimes that happens. It's not good, but sometimes that happens. All right, and your co-counsel, your lead, aren't you? Mr. Scholl. Yes, Your Honor. The court. No, I'm sorry. I'm talking to Mr. Ballin. You're the only one? Mr. Scholl. I'm sorry. I thought you were talking to me. I can't see that far, Judge. Mr. Ballin. Your Honor, I'm carrying the briefcase in this matter. I'm second chair. Mr. Scott Palmer actually is in the trial in district court in Plano, Texas. In district court? Do you know what case he's in? He told me it was a drug case. Okay, well, we'll check on that. Yes, sir. He's in district court in Plano? That's what he told me. Well, we'll certainly find out. How long is he going to be in trial? He was hopeful to be finished this week. Okay, we're checking right now on that to make sure he's in trial. Sometimes people think they're going to be in trial and they're not. That does happen occasionally, as you know. Okay, so they need to let you do more than carry the briefcase if they want to do well in this case, but that's their choice, right? Mr. Ballin. If I'm called to do something, I will step forward and do what I do. Okay, well, I'm just saying that certainly you're extremely competent local counsel, and everybody needs to understand that. And of course, you have obligations that are important in the case in terms of acting as local counsel. So we're looking forward to having you. Yes, sir. Okay, well, we're going to set a final schedule today. Mr. Scholl, can you tell me about your trip if you want to? Okay, so we found out some things from this, right? We found out that they spent that $10,000. The reason they went to the lawyer was probably because they were going to go be indicted, so they went, but they spent the $10,000, and it was someone she knew, okay, that she had. Let's see what else. Before the money was already changed hands, there's a conversation that happens on devices. The court says, sure, and we don't know if it's an iPad or not. Right, Your Honor. The Texas video is a surveillance video at a condominium complex. The other video is a video that I'm not quite sure if Ms. Johnson made the video or whatever. But throughout the discovery, it's listed everywhere that the FBI does not have a complete video. They haven't been able to obtain a complete video. They have only been able to obtain a portion, which is the portion that we have here. So I'll leave it at that. The court says, what's the date of the video? Mr. Oldham says sorry, Your Honor, it's either September 10th or 11th. I think the video is September 10th, and the trip to Texas bled over into the morning of September 11th. The court says, so September 11th, September 10th, there's a video. Who made the video? Mr. Oldham says, the witness, Ms. Johnson, Your Honor. And it is a video of her having a video conference call with the defendant, Ms. Grayson, and you can see Ms. Grayson on the screen. The court says, to what degree can the company, whoever it was that was supplying the service, provide more information in that regard? Mr. Oldham says, I don't think that there is more information. We have that video, and we have done a download of her device, but I don't know if it's the primary device or the device that took the video. What we do have is the complete version of what we have, and I don't think we have a way to recover or get more. Court says, and have you turned over all of the metadata in connection with the video? Yes, Your Honor. Anything that we have downloaded, we have given completely to counsel. Court says, can anybody examine the video and tell the degree to which it might have been altered? Mr. Oldham said, we will. I will try to do that, Your Honor. The court says, we need to know. Mr. Oldham says, absolutely, absolutely. The court says, sure. Mr. Oldham says, I don't know if I think it is the government would submit this is the complete part of the conversation that we have, but it wasn't diced up, but maybe the front and back are taken out. But we will do that, Your Honor, if there is any resource to do that. The court says, the Johnsons, have they turned over the piece of equipment? Mr. Oldham says, yes, Your Honor. They did turn over her cell phone on which the conversation took place, and we did do a search warrant on that cell phone. The court says, okay. Mr. Oldham says, and we'll look for, if there is more data, we will try to find that, Your Honor. The court says, well, the reason I asked about experts is that apparently there's going to be some assertion that the video has been materially altered, and somebody is going to have to tell us about that. It's not going to be a lawyer. A lawyer can tell us, but it's irrelevant. Mr. Oldham says, yes, Your Honor. Court says, but somebody is going to have to tell us about that. Have you submitted it to the FBI for analysis? Mr. Oldham says, they have it, Your Honor. I don't believe we submitted it for analysis. The court says, I'm not telling you what to do, but we may as well anticipate everything that's going to occur or might occur. Mr. Oldham says, yes, Your Honor. The court says, and then we have to move forward. Okay, now I think I need to go over with the Graysons our situation. You're not in state court. We are going to move pretty quickly. Well, actually, move quite quickly. And so it's going to move along. Now, that's a good thing, typically, but I can't tell you how that works out for anybody. But that's usually better than slow, which is like really expensive. And it's inconsistent with the Speedy Trial Act and the Constitution. So we don't want to go slow. You're both charged in count one, as you know, and it provides that from about August the 26th of 2022 and continuing on or about September 11th, which is certainly an easy day to remember, of 2022 in the Western District of Tennessee and elsewhere. The defendants Ashley Grayson and Joshua Grayson, together with others unknown or known and unknown to the grand jury, did knowingly and intentionally conspire to use and cause another to use a facility in interstate commerce, to wit a cell phone, with the intention that the murder of D.H., I'm not real sure if I ever got the real name, that D.H., a real person known to the grand jury, be committed in violation of the laws of the state of Mississippi, and as consideration for the receipt of and promise and agreement to pay money and other items of pecuniary value, all in violation of Title 18, United States Code, Section 1958. Now, I'm sure both of you know that charges well and have reviewed them with counsel, but I usually confirm that just to be sure, since this is the first time I've seen you. So, Ms. Grayson, you've gone over the charges carefully, I'm sure. Is that right? Defendant Ms. Grayson, yes, Your Honor. The court, and Mr. Grayson, you've gone over them carefully with Mr. Scholl? Defendant Mr. Grayson, yes, Your Honor. The court, okay, now there. Do you have the penalty of not more than 10 years in prison, a $250,000 fine, or both, and not more than 3 years of supervised release, a special assessment of $100? So you do understand the penalties associated with the statute under which you're charged. Is that right, Ms. Grayson? Ms. Grayson says, yes, Your Honor. The court, okay, Mr. Grayson? Yes, Your Honor, he says. Okay, now obviously I don't know what happened here. That's the reason I asked all of those questions at the beginning. Significant discovery has been made by the government, and I'm under the current impression that the government doesn't anticipate any additional disclosures. I did ask the questions about forensic examination. and it may be that you decide it's not necessary. Does the material that you've disclosed seem continuous? Mr. Oldham says, yes, Your Honor. The court says, okay, all right. Now, what we do, we have to set real dates, and they have to be moving around a little bit. That's not good. We don't do that over here if we can avoid it. So what we're going to do is set a date for final motions. Okay, so this is about setting dates. So I'm trying to get to any information about this case. So I'm going to go through here until I overpromise. Okay, here we go. The court says there's a bunch of hearsay stuff floating out there, with people saying all sorts of things, one way or the other. Mr. Oldham says, yes, Your Honor, but I think the context is fairly important, and so I would rather turn over everything we have. The court says, sure, and they can actually get the same thing if they actually issue. I believe so, Your Honor, or I think they could probably just scroll back through and see all the things. Court says, sure, it's available, should be available right now to anybody who wants to go look. Mr. Oldham says, I think it's more available to defense counsel than it would be for us. The court says, right, that's what I meant. Anybody from the defense side that wants to go and look, they can go look. Mr. Oldham says, I believe so, Your Honor. The court says, I think so too. We'll set a date for the final submission by the government of any further electronic information, which includes any type of, well, I'll just say electronic information, and that will be November 2nd. Yes, Your Honor. Now the defense, like I say, it doesn't sound like it's going to be something that would be the focus, really, of the case. The focus will be the earlier material. So the date that the defense asked for was November the 15th to file any motion, so we'll keep that. Because this is a social media case, and because I'm not familiar with the risk in social media cases, are there special precautions that need to be taken in the case to eliminate inappropriate materials submitted through social media by anybody? Do you see what I'm worried about? Obviously, we're all aware of the case that's going on in New York, and I don't know that there's a problem. But I point that out because there might need to be something. Mr. Oldham says, Your Honor, I believe, and the court says, all of you could enter a joint protective order, and we could try to affect that. I don't like doing it because it's an area I'm not familiar with so much. It's got some First Amendment rights issues, but if the parties agree, maybe there's something that should be done. I just don't know. Mr. Oldham says, yes, Your Honor. I think that's a topic that I haven't considered, but we'll speak with defense counsel about that. Okay, and it looks like, Ms. Grayson, that there may need to be a conversation, as you pointed out on that. I don't know if there's anything we can do, but we certainly don't want to raise, we want to raise it now and not later. Okay, all right, and now the case needs to be reset, and the question is, we've got it down for a 4-day trial, and there will be a final report date, but maybe we need to figure out when we should reset it. Because, Mr. Ballin, you've got to coordinate with your co-counsel. What do you think? Mr. Ballin says, Your Honor, I spoke with Mr. Palmer about trial dates, thinking that Your Honor would want to go ahead and set that. Right. He, in my discussions with him, appears to be a lawyer that tries a lot of cases. Court says it looks that way. Mr. Ballin says he's given me some dates that he doesn't have jury trials. Okay, so they're going to set the date here, but I'm trying to get what they're, it's good, February 10, okay. Want to see what she's saying about this case. So continue to work towards a possible resolution, but at this point we're looking to try it. Right, it just sounds like a case that has to be tried, the court says. It may not be, but it sounds like one. Mr. Baldwin says, Your Honor, while I'm on my feet, Your Honor, asked Mr. Oldham about the video, and it appears it to be disjointed or stopped at some point. And those were my words. I did, the court says. Mr. Baldwin says, I think the issue is going to be on the front and the back end. Okay. Whether or not it's recorded from the very beginning and if the recording stopped before the conversation. The court says sure, so there's no issue about the video. The portion you have, Mr. Baldwin says the portion that we have appears to be complete. I'm of the opinion the issue is going to be before the recording started. The conversation had already begun, and the conversation continued after the recording stopped. The court says, okay, well, everybody understands what the issue is, and there's more of an evidentiary matter for a jury to determine, so that's probably how that will work out. Okay, now we've got you down for trial on March the 4th. I want to tell Mr. and Mrs. Grayson, we always set a final report date, and we always set a date for submission of a plea agreement, telling everybody that the court doesn't care if you plead or not. In fact, I often tell people you have a constitutional right to go to trial, and I don't know anything, and I don't have anything to do with the other. I really don't. But we do it because there needs to be some finality in terms of where we are and any discussions with the government. I don't even encourage discussions. I probably wouldn't talk to the government myself. I'm kidding about that. But my point is that is really between you, your counsel, and the government, not the court at all. But we respect the fact that we've got to know if something is going to happen, and that's the reason we set it. So let's set a final report date, and we will need Mr. Palmer here because we've got to see him and make sure that everything is going to go correctly. Okay, case manager, let's see what else we have. Mr. Ballin. It's all good. Both of you understand that's not the case. You know you have the obligation, which has already been reviewed. The lawyers can represent you, but they can't do something that you don't want to do. In other words, blah, blah, blah. Grayson says, yes, Your Honor. Let's see. Okay, so let me bring this. So we found out a little bit there. We found out an important thing, that they didn't come forward. They weren't working with the FBI when they came forward, the people that she hired, and that she knew them prior. It was a friend of hers. Now let's see here. Expert testimony by Ashley Grayson. So let's see what this. She's got. Ashley Grayson, by and through undersigned counsel, will hereby provide notice that her defense intends to call the following expert witnesses: a digital forensic analysis and criminal investigation witness. Okay, so she's having that witness in the trial. Okay. Jury trial, here we go. Jury instructions, the verdict form. Okay, let me just look at the transcript of the trial. Okay. So, John, want to get to the preliminary instructions. There's the Wow, this is crazy. All of this is just the preliminary instructions to the okay. That's crazy. That part there is very crazy. Just those instructions. I thought that was trial transcript like it said, but it wasn't. So let me go back. Jury instructions. Exhibit and witness list. Setting letter. Hang on. Sealed motions. Filing of official. Okay, hold on a second. Here we go. I'm looking at this transcript here. And seeing if this is the prospective jurors. Okay, hold on a minute. Let me just get to the end here and see what this is. Doesn't matter to me. You can start back. Okay, that's still prospective jurors, so we do not need to go there. That's choosing the jury. Hang on. Pre-sentence report. Let's try this. What is the pre-sentence? After a jury trial found Grayson guilty of the use of interstate facilities in the commission of a murder for hire, Grayson asked two people to kill a person in exchange for money. This is a very serious crime that could have resulted in the loss of life. If Grayson had had her way, at least one person would have lost their life. Not only is this a very serious crime, but the need for both specific and general deterrence in this matter is also high. Grayson would face a much greater sentence if the statute did not limit her sentence to 120 months. The victim on this case is requesting a significant amount of restitution, but the disruption to her life was significant, and she has been greatly affected by Grayson's acts. In order to reflect the nature and circumstances of the offense, to promote respect for the law, provide a just punishment, and deter future criminal conduct, the United States requests the aforementioned sentence of 120 months and $548,340 in restitution. The United States anticipates calling at least one witness, and that the sentencing hearing will last a maximum of 1 hour. Okay, that. Let's go over there to the next one. To respond to show cause. Okay. Judgment. Let me just see the appeal. She's already got an appeal here. Ashley Grayson. This appeal was filed November 1st of 2024. And let's see here. Judgment. Exhibit list. I just don't understand why we didn't hear about this, and if this trial was televised. Streamed, I mean, televised. Jury trial. Verdict form. Jury instructions. Testimony of Olivia Johnson. Hold on a minute. See what this is. Okay, so here's the testimony of Olivia Johnson. That is the woman that what did I just do with that? She hired to do this. So let me pull this over here. This should be interesting. Okay. Who will our next witness be? Olivia Johnson, Your Honor, certainly. Okay. Good afternoon. Would you state your name? She says Olivia Johnson. They ask her to spell it, yada, 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 right? A lot of people are trying to pay attention, and we're making a record of this, so you have to speak clearly. Not everybody speaks all the time like I do in front of people. If you're nervous, take a breath. Okay. Please spell your name. She does, okay? Thank you. Where are you from? She says Memphis, Tennessee. Born and raised? Yes, she says. What was your profession back in 2017? She says a hairstylist. Do you have a salon? No. Where did you work? From home. Working from home. How did you advertise? Social media, she says. Is there a preferred platform that you used? In 2017, Facebook. Question is, working with Facebook, did anybody ever reach out to you to ask you to promote their services? She says, yes, a lot of people have. Question. Okay. One specific person who brought us here today, did that person reach out to you? Yes. And who is that? Ashley Grayson. How did you meet Ashley Grayson? Answer, through Facebook. Question. And what was the nature of y'all meeting? How did y'all meet? Answer. She inboxed me on Facebook. Question. And when she inboxed you on Facebook, what did she say? Answer. She offered to repair my credit for promo. And what does repair your credit mean? Answer. Well, like take negative things off your credit and help your credit score go up. Question. Okay, and did you take her up on that offer? Answer. Yes. Question. What is that I just handed you? Answer. Just a message from Ashley. Question. Is that what we were just talking about, the first one that was sent to you? Answer. Yes. The court. I'm sorry, I think some people missed your first response, so I'm going to let you start over on that just because it was a little hard to hear. Yes, Your Honor. Okay. I'm watching in the back, and if having trouble hearing, just say, I'm having trouble hearing. Everybody is pretty much okay. Question. What is that? That is a message from Ashley. Question. Ashley who? Answer. Grayson. Question. And is this the first message that you've described to me when I was asking those questions? Answer. Yes. Your Honor, I move to make this message the next numbered exhibit to the hearing. Okay, so question. Ms. Johnson, is this the message that you were talking about, Exhibit 2? Answer. Yes. Question. And what does it say, please? Answer. Hey, Olivia, how are you? You don't know me, but one of my friends shared one of your posts, so I came to your page. I have my own credit repair business, and I see that you live in Memphis. I'm going to start teaching credit repair classes in September. The court. It's not a race. The witness. I'm just nervous, y'all. The court. And you do read fast, so I know you're going to have to be conscious about reading a little more slowly. Is that okay? It's okay. I think we're going to let government redirect that so we get the record solid. Yes, Your Honor, I'd be happy to. Question. Ms. Johnson, is this the message? Yes. Okay. You're the one testifying. So you're going to read it, okay? Okay. Question. But let's just take our time. Remember taking the breaths. And let's read this message that is the body of the message in exhibit number 2, okay? Okay. Hey, Olivia, how are you? You don't know me, but one of my friends shared one of your posts. So I came to your page. I have my own credit repair business, and I see that you live in Memphis. I'm going to start teaching credit repair classes in September for people who learn how to fix their own credit. Instead of hiring a company, Memphis is one of those cities I'll be teaching in. Would you be interested in having your credit repaired for free in exchange? To share my posts about credit to your page. If you don't need your credit repaired, you could choose someone else to have their credit repaired in place. Thanks, hun. Question. Did you take advantage of that offer? Answer. Yes. And was she able to help you with your credit? Answer. Yes. Question. And did you in fact then share her services with your followers? Answer. Yes. Question. One time or multiple times? Answer. Multiple. Question. Okay, at some point did you hear back from her whether or not it was successful? Answer. Yes. Question. And what sort of information did you receive? Answer. I got deletions off my credit. My credit score did start going up a little bit. And did Ms. Grayson tell you whether or not it was successful for her business? Answer. Yes. Question. And what did she convey to you? Answer. She told me that she was getting a lot of clients from my page. Question. Okay. Your Honor, if I could please approach with the 3-page document this time. Would you please take a look at these 3 documents? You don't have to read them out loud right now. Just take a look at them, all 3, please. Okay. Do you recognize at least as Ashley's portion or Miss Grayson's portion of the messages that she sent to you, kind of describing the things that we just talked about, repairing your credit and the success she had from your post? Answer, yes. Question, okay. Your Honor, I move to make this 3-page document the numbered exhibit to this hearing. Okay, so then on page 1 of the exhibit 3, what are y'all talking about here? You don't have to read it. Just tell us what you're talking about. Answer, the file that she started on with my credit, I guess. I don't really remember most of this stuff. It's from 2017. I ain't looked back at it. Well, I don't have this page anymore, so I'm just telling you what it's about because I'm reading it. I don't remember it. Question, but it is to you, is that correct? Uh-huh. Yes or no? Yes. And you do recall needing to turn over documents to have her help you with credit, is that correct? Answer, yes. Question, okay, page 2. Who is this message from? Answer, Ashley Grayson. Question, and would you read that one, please? And remember, answer, slow. Yeah. Hey, hun, you don't have to post my credit posts on your page anymore. I had so many clients from Memphis sign up, and they want to get started. It took up over 10 spots on my scheduling page. I'll still work on your credit for free. I appreciate you for sticking to your word, though, and posting it. I was trying to see if it would be worth it to do a class in Memphis, but I don't think it would be. They're not as serious about this. Question. Okay, and then page 3, more discussion between the two of you, and I want you to focus here on the middle. What does that say? Answer. I sent you something in the mail. I wanted to make sure you got it. I put Johnson on it. Question. Okay. And this is more discussion about y'all going back and forth about your credit repair. Is that correct? Answer. Correct. Question. Okay, but at this point, this is the kind of communication y'all had. Is that correct? Answer. Correct. After y'all met online, did y'all get to know each other better? Answer. Not really. Not in 2017. Okay. When did you think that did you ever get to know her better? No. Okay. Did you communicate with Miss Grayson ever? Yes. Okay, and how would y'all communicate? Through text messages. Okay, at some point, did she send you anything as a thank you for you sharing her posts and her success in Memphis? Yes. And what was that? A $1,000 cashier's check? May I approach, Your Honor? You may. Can you tell me what that picture is? Answer. Yeah, it's the $1,000 cashier's check and a photo of me, 3 photos of me. Your Honor, I move to make this the next numbered exhibit to this hearing. And what is this that we're looking at? Answer, the $1,000 check that I received from Ashley. Okay, and what's the name at the top of the check? Ashley K. Massengill. Are you talking about Chase? No, the Ashley K. Massengill. Okay. And who is Ashley K. Massengill? Answer, Ashley Grayson. Question. Okay. And is that how you originally met her, with that name? Answer, yes. Question. Okay. And this would have been what year? Can you tell us? Answer, 2018. Question. Okay. Who made this post? Answer, Ashley Grayson. Okay. Is that something that you posted and she reposted? Answer, no. She posted it. Question. Okay. Is it something that you knew that was going to be posted? Answer, no. Question. Okay, earlier you said that y'all spoke via text message mostly. Is that correct? Answer, correct. Question. Okay, earlier have we shown your messages with those text messages we've spoken about? Answer, yes. Okay. You don't have to read all of these, but would you look at these, scan through it? Yes. And kind of stop at the pages and tell us after you've read, what is this? Answer, these are the messages between me and Ashley. Okay, and what year does it start? 2021. Question, and let's flip to the end. What year does this group stop? 2022. Okay. And it goes, Ms. Johnson, what are we looking at here? A message from Ashley. And what is the message talking about? Answer, she's at a restaurant in Memphis and she's asking me how far do I live from the restaurant? Question, okay, did you know she was visiting? Answer, no. Question, did y'all end up seeing each other that night? Answer, she stopped by for a brief moment. Question, okay, I'm going to scan ahead to page number 5. Here at the bottom of the page number 5, do you recognize that blue bubble? Answer, yes. Question, on these text messages, who is blue? Answer, Ashley. Question, Ashley? Answer, Grayson. And who is green? Me, Olivia. Question, and what is the date of the blue bubble right here indicating page 5? May 5th, 2022. And what does it say? Answer, I want to do a giveaway in Memphis, but I don't know how to find a person who really deserves it and needs it, that I can help for Mother's Day. On page 6, how do you respond? Fashoo. Spell that for the court reporter. Fashoo. Okay, and then your next one? I wouldn't dare let nobody get over. You contacted the right person. And what do you mean by get over? Answer, well, you know, like telling a story about, like, their situation or something, just to get something, just to get a gift. Question, so what are you trying to communicate to her in that text? Answer, that I was going to help her find somebody that really deserved the house. Okay, the next page, 7, how does she respond? Answer, I just want to pick one single mom or family that needs help. I want to buy them a house. Question, and down here at the last message on page 7, what do you offer to do? Answer, give her 3 candidates, 3 good candidates, to help her with her decision. Question, okay, on page 8, how do you respond? Answer, that's so amazing, Ashley. Question, let's just read what it says, okay? Okay. That's okay. That's so effing amazing, Ashley. You just don't know, girl. You're really out here changing lives, girl. I salute you. Question, and how would you describe yourself at this point? Answer, happy. Question, okay. And then y'all love and like things. And here, what are you responding to right here? Answer, I had sent her some notes of, okay, let's go back. I'm sorry, page 8, what does she say? Yeah, that will work with a little background on them so I can choose easier. Question, okay. And who were the 3 people that you recommended? Answer, Brandy Thomas, that's my sister-in-law. Question, okay. Tanisha Ambrose, that's a girl from my neighborhood. And my mama, my mother. And why did you recommend the first person you say? Who was that? Answer, my sister-in-law. And what's her name? Answer, Brandy Thomas. Do you know how she spells Brandy? Brandie. And why did you recommend her? She's a good mom. Okay. And who's the second person you nominated? Tanisha Ambrose. And why did you recommend her? She was living in a hotel for a long period of time. I put that in the notes that I sent her, and she just been having it rough. Her dad died, her mother not there, so she's just by herself, and that's why. Question. And who was the final person that you recommended? Answer, my mom. And why did you recommend her? Her house was getting shot up a lot. Okay. Answer, and it was just a lot, so... Question, I've turned ahead to page 12. Is this a section where you sent those nominations? Answer, yes. Can you tell me what this is, please? Answer, that's the one I sent to her about my mom. Question, okay, and this is one of the 3 little squares that's reflected there on the page from the Exhibit 5. Is that correct? Answer, correct. And so number 6 is one of those little squares from page number 12 in Exhibit 5. Is that correct? Answer, correct. Question, and what, if you'll tell the ladies and gentlemen of the jury, if you read what you wrote about your mom, okay, my mother, who is a single mom, her kids are adults, but she cares for her grandkids and any family or friends that's in need of somewhere to stay for a while. I would love to be able to do this for her myself, but it will still bring me the same amount of joy if it happens this way. My mother resides in South Memphis. That's where we're from, and that's also where the majority of the chaos happens. My mama's home have been shot up at least 7 times. Most of the times it's something that came from someone hanging at our house, or the fact that she's been living in the same house area our whole life. It just makes it so easy to get to. Okay, yeah. The thought of her life not being at risk, and what makes me happy as hell, the last shooting where my nephew was shot, me and my sisters begged her to move. She insisted on staying, stubborn. She always say that you can't dodge death, and God got her. She also say the same thing can happen no matter where she lives. I feel like it's something like this that's presented to her, something that she can call hers. Then she'll be jumping for joy. Question, and that's what you submitted as one of the options, is that correct? Answer, correct. Question, okay, and on page 13 of Exhibit 5, what do you tell her there at the bottom? Answer, don't think you got to choose Mama 'cause of me either. I want you to really look into it and choose from your heart. And is that did you say what you meant there? Yeah, yes, I mean. Question, all right. And here, reactions to your messages here. Is that correct on page 14? Answer, yes. Question, okay, over to page 15. How does Ashley respond here at the top? Answer, I'm going to pick the mama, my godmama. This house going to make it to your family one way or another, LOL. Question, and then next? Answer, don't tell her yet though, LOL. And then next. Answer. You got to help me surprise her. Question. And is that what y'all did? Answer. Yes. Question. Did y'all begin to plan a way to surprise your mother with this house giveaway? Answer. Yes. Question. Eventually, did you receive from Ashley some posts or notes about the house? Answer. Yes. Question. And on page 21, what are we looking at here? Answer. The house. Question. Okay. Answer. Photos of the house. Question. Can you tell me what you're looking at there? Answer. Photos of the house. Question. And this is just a bigger version of page 21 in Exhibit 5. Is that correct? Answer. Correct. Question. Ms. Johnson. Once you see this, how do you react? I was excited. Question. And did you let her know that? Answer. Yes. Question. Okay. And did you look at all of those images and kind of go in and look at the whole house? Answer. Yes. Question. Okay. And did you all plan a day to have the giveaway ultimately happen? Answer. Yes. Question. And who did you discuss that with? Answer. Ashley. Okay. Page 23, can you tell the jury some of the text messages that you sent showing your reaction to what she sent you about the house? Oh my gee. So what does it really say? Okay, oh my gee, girl, this is MF beautiful. Where is it, girl? Question. Okay, and for oh my gee, you were saying what the slang actually means. Is that correct? OMG, Question. Okay. And this is an especially exuberant OMG with all those G's. Is that correct? Answer, yes. And you asked where it is? And what does she tell you? Here on page 24 at the top. Answer, Cordova, Tennessee. Question. And then what does she say? Answer. I made sure I only chose houses in good areas. Question. And then you all discuss how the money is going to get there. And things like that. Is that correct? Answer. Correct. Question. Okay, so there's a lot more to this case than meets the eye, right? Because we didn't know anything about a house. They didn't say anything about that, right? Okay. So then we have, and then you were present when the plan finally happened and your mom found out. Yes. Okay. And have you, seen, prior to today, have you seen a video of the day that your mom found out about the house? Answer, yes. Question, what is that? Have you seen this before today? Answer, yes. And the contents of this disc, have you looked at it? Answer, yes. And whose initials are those? Answer, my initials. And what date is that? March 25th, 2024. Question, is that when you watched it? Answer, yes. And does it fairly and accurately represent the video of the house that you got, that you've seen before? Answer, yes. Question, what date did you look at it and sign it? Answer, March 25th, 2024. Question, so yesterday, is that correct? Answer, yes. Question, okay. Do you recall what date your mom received the house? Answer, I think it was like June 6th. Okay, of what year? 2022? Okay, I think it was 21. I don't know. I don't remember. Well, let me ask you. Y'all are talking about it in, if I can publish again what exhibit number 5 is, page 26. Answer. Yeah, I see it. What year is that? 2022. Okay. And what day are y'all talking about the banks and the money and things like that? Answer, June 5th, 2022. Question, okay. And so that leads you to June 6th. Is that correct? Answer, correct. Okay, question. Ms. Johnson, who is the lady on the left? To my right? In the video. My mom. Okay, to your left, when you're looking at the screen. Okay, to my left? Okay. Question. Stage left. I apologize. That's me. Okay, with the hat on? Answer, yes. Question. Who is the lady in the middle? Answer, Ashley Grayson. And who is the lady with the red hair? Answer, my mom. Question. Okay, and is this the video we were just talking about? Answer, yes. The video was played. Question. Ms. Johnson, that's the video that was made from that day. Is that correct? Answer, correct. Okay. And you're upset, correct? Answer, correct. And do you need a couple of minutes? Wasn't any way around it. I don't think she knew how much it was going to affect her. No, that's certainly understandable. We understand. We take a short break. Okay. I think we're ready for the panel, and we've got a new screen. Thank you, Judge. Okay, let's see here. When we stop, we had just watched exhibit number 8, correct. And who received the house? Answer, my mother. Okay, and you were upset during that video. And can you tell the ladies and gentlemen why you were upset? Answer. My auntie was on the video and she passed away. Question. Okay, and so seeing her drummed up those emotions. Is that correct? Answer. Correct. Plus she was so happy and everything wasn't even genuine, so... Question. Okay. That was the reason you were upset, is that correct? Answer. Correct. Question. Did your family produce the video? Answer. No, Ashley produced the video. Okay. And did anybody talk about the house in Memphis? Answer. Yes. Question. And what did you see or hear about the house? Answer. There were a lot of people posting saying that Ashley's name was still on the house. Question. No, I'm talking about when it was first given. Was there like positive stories about it? Answer. Oh, yeah, positive. Question. Okay. Uh-huh. All right, and at the end of the video, the house that was shown at the end. Whose house was that? Answer. The house that was shown at the... Oh, that's my mother's old house. The house that she was living in before she moved. Question. Okay, and what neighborhood was that? Answer. South Memphis. Question. Is that where you grew up? Answer. Yes. Question. Okay, so you had some run-ins with the law. Is that correct? Answer. Correct. In 2019, can you tell the ladies and gentlemen of the jury what sort of charges you had? Answer. I had 4 aggravated assault, 4 counts of aggravated assault. It was alleged that you did what? That I shot 4 people. Question. Okay. And before today, before you were in here, did you watch this video? Answer. Yes. Okay, and whose initials are these? Answer, my initials. And the date, what is that? Answer, March 25th, 2024. Question, okay, and the thing on here, does that reflect the charge that you just talked about? Answer, okay, yes. Question, okay. Question, is that a news article that's available on the internet about those charges? Answer, yes. Question, is that correct? Answer, yes. And what happened with those charges? They were dismissed and expunged. Question. Okay. Are you saying like what happened, like what? No. Just answer. Okay. Are they on your record? Answer. No. Question. Okay. The article still remains though. Is that correct? Answer. Correct. Question. Later after the events that took place in this case, were there more charges levied upon you, against you? Answer, no. Question, do you have anything pending now? Answer, yes. Question, from a different event? Answer, yes. Question, okay, was it before all this stuff happened or after all this stuff happened? Before. Okay, and where were those charges alleged to have occurred? Answer, on Beale Street. Question, okay, are they still pending? Is that correct? Answer, correct. Question, what courtroom or courthouse are those pending in? Answer, Shelby County. Question, okay, that's over at 201 Poplar, is that correct? Correct. Question, okay, have you and I ever discussed those charges? Answer, not that I recall. And have I promised you anything in exchange for your testimony because you have pending charges with the state of Tennessee? No. Okay. Have you asked me to do anything with those pending charges? Answer, no. Okay. Are you hoping your testimony here today helps you with those pending charges? Answer, no. Those charges are similar to the other charges that were dismissed, but two different events. Is that correct? Answer, correct. Question. Okay. After your mother got the house, was there anything that you and your family discovered about the house that caused you pause or alarm? Answer, yes. Question. And what was that you found out? Answer, that Ashley's name was still on the house as the owner. Question, how did you find that out? Online. My sister found out online. She looked it up. Question, looked it up? Answer, uh-huh. Question, okay. And why'd y'all look that up? What happened to make y'all do that? Answer, it was mail come into the house under Ashley Massengill. Question, okay. Answer, a lot of mail. Question, and your understanding in July of 2022, who owned the house? Answer, Ashley. Question, okay. Did your mom, to your understanding, own it as well? Answer, yes. Question, okay, did this bother you? Answer, yes. Question, and why were you upset about the name Ashley Massengill Grayson's name still being on that house? Answer, because she told me that the house was going to be my mother's house, 100%, like 100% her house. So if we had discussed that prior to, then it wouldn't have been a problem. Question, okay, later in August, did you and Miss Grayson discuss a trip to Texas? Answer, yes. Question, and what was your understanding as to why you were going to go to Texas? Answer, I was thinking I was going to go to Texas so she can discuss her taking her name off the house, or probably a potential business investment or something like that. Question, and did you all discuss the reason for your trip to Texas beforehand? Answer, no. Question, how did you get the money to go or fly to Texas? Answer, Ashley sent it to me through Cash App. Sent me $1,600. Okay. Were you going to perform any of your duties as a hairdresser with Ashley in Texas? Answer: no. Question: did you ever perform any hairdressing duties with Ms. Grayson in Dallas, Texas? Answer: no. Question: did you ever perform any hair duties with Ms. Grayson here in Memphis, Tennessee? Answer: no. Okay. What is that? Answer: that's the $1,600 Cash App that she sent me for the flight. Question: okay. And what's this? Answer: that's the money she sent for the flight. Question: okay. And why did y'all ever discuss why you're going there? Answer: no. Question: okay, here on Exhibit 5, the chat that we've been talking about on page 28, what question do you ask? Sorry? Answer: do you want me to do first class? Girl, this is going to be my first time on a plane, so I'm sick lost. Slick lost. Question: okay, so never been on a plane before? Answer: no. Question: okay, and you're trying to navigate how to purchase tickets, is that correct? Answer: correct. Okay, and how does she respond here at the bottom of page 28? Answer: that's fine. Question: and then what do you send her? Answer: my Cash App name, Olivia O. Slay. Question: okay, and then you come down here, and what do you say? Answer: girl, WTF. Question: okay, and do you know why you said that? Answer: no. Question: on the bottom of page 29. Answer: I don't remember why. Question: okay, and then here at the top of page 30, what do you say? Answer: I think I get it. Want me to do a round trip? What day we going back? Question: and then how does she respond? Answer: on Monday. Question: and then how do you respond? Answer: okay, got you. Okay, over to page 31. On August 26th, here at the top, what does she ask? Answer: did you get the flights already? Question: okay, and then you say what? Answer: Maine. I'm on here, so lost. Question: and Maine would be the traditional Memphis spelling, is that correct? Answer: correct. And how is that spelled? Answer: M-A-N-E. Okay, and then at the bottom of the page, what does she tell you? Answer: don't get it yet. Question: okay, then page 32. Answer: just hold the money for right now. Question: and how do you respond? Answer: okay. Question: and then what does she ask? Answer: when y'all free again? Question: all right, and then on August 30th, over here, how do you respond? Answer: we coming this weekend. We just had to get everything together first. Question: okay, how does she respond? Answer: she loved the message. Okay, and then what do you say? Answer: Brandon Cousin told him about an art gallery, so that will be something for all of us to do. Question: and you say all four of us to do? Answer: yeah, for all four of us to do. Question: okay, was the plan always for Brandon to go with you? Answer: yes. Question: when you had discussed it with Ms. Grayson before, was that the plan, or did you just add Brandon in? Answer: no, that was the plan. She said it on the phone. Question: okay, over to page 34. You're still talking about the museum, and what do you say? Answer: exhibit or some. Question: say it again. Answer, exhibit or some. Question, okay. And at the bottom of page 34, what does she ask you? Answer, what day y'all coming? Question, and this is on August 30th. What do you say? Answer, Sunday. Y'all was finna leave. Question, okay. Would you say Sunday y'all was? Answer, finna. I was like fixin' to, but like finna. And how do you spell it? Answer, Finna. Question, okay. And then how does she respond? Answer, nah, I wanted y'all to come sooner. Question, and then at the bottom of 36, answer, I was only going to wait because I started booking for Friday, but I'll move my appointment up. Question, and what are you talking about booking? Answer, hair appointments. Question, okay. Then on page 36, answer, when you want us to come, Friday? Question, and then how does she respond at the bottom of 36? Answer, tonight. And then over here on 37, answer, nah, Friday cool, lol. Question, okay. And then you laugh down here at tonight. Is that correct? Answer, correct. Question, and then right here in the middle of 38, what do you say on September 1st, 2022? Answer, don't be mad at me, sis. We're coming Saturday. We have a sleepover at Mama House tomorrow. Leaving Saturday morning, though. See y'all later. Guess I'll call you when we get there because you take forever to answer messages. Question, and what are you referring to there? Answer, she just take a long time to respond to messages. Question, text messages? Answer, text messages. Question, okay, and down here, how does she respond? Answer, I was on a Zoom call and okay, we'll see y'all Saturday. Question, over on page 39 at the top. Answer, hey, oh, it's cool. Y'all don't have to come. Question, and what day was that? Where's the date? At the bottom of the bubble there. August 30th, 2022. Question, what day? Answer, does it say August? Oh, September, my bad. September 30th, 2022. Question, and then how do you respond? Answer, girl, please. We'll be arriving at 2:30 p.m. on the dot tomorrow. Bye, Ms. Attitude. How did you say bye? Bye, Miss Attitude. And that's bye with several E's, is that correct? Answer, yes. Okay, and why did you say this? That? Because, she'll always catch little attitudes. Question, okay, and here, were you being mean or are you trying to be funny? Answer, being funny. Question, okay, and you're no stranger to attitudes, is that correct? Yes. Question, okay, on page 40 you say what? Answer, here now. Question, okay, and what are you telling her? Answer, that we are in Dallas. Question, and this is the flight we've been talking about, is that correct? Answer, correct. Question, first time on an airplane? Answer, yes. And you got to sit first class? Answer, no. Question, okay, but you nevertheless bought and paid for by Ms. Grayson, is that correct? Answer, correct. Question, okay. And then, how does she respond once you tell her you're there? Answer, we came to my house. I had to get the people to fix my air. They're here now. I'm like 40 minutes from the airport. Question, and then here? Answer, it's hailing bad. Josh just left out to get some food. He ended up coming back because the weather was too bad. Y'all should be able to get an Uber here. We were in the city yesterday at his house. Question. Okay, and then over here she gives you her address. Is that correct? Answer correct. Question. Okay, and then what does she ask? Answer. Y'all want to get a room until the storm blows over? Question. And how do you respond? Answer. We're going to get a room right quick. You know when you'll be back? Question. Here at the top? Answer. We're just going to go to the hotel so Brandon can shower, and then we're going to head to your house. Question. And here? Answer. We almost there. Question. And then how does she respond at the bottom of page 42? Answer. The air wasn't fixed today. They left. It's not getting fixed until Tuesday. It's 90 degrees in here. I thought y'all was coming yesterday or Friday while we were at Josh's house. That's why I was staying. Don't worry about it. I mean, that's why I was saying don't worry about it yesterday. Question. Okay, and then what does she say at the top there? Answer. We're here, though. Page 43, what does she say? I'm sorry? Answer. That's me. We're here, though. Question. And then you're over here? Answer. Oh, no. That's her. Okay. Question. Okay, so let's back up. When you say her, who's that? Answer. Ashley. Ashley? Uh-huh. Ashley who? Ashley Grayson. Okay, and at the top, what does it say? Answer. We are here, though. Like, we're here, though. Question. And how do you respond? Damn, I didn't know we outside. Question. And what is that referring to? Like we outside the house. Question. Okay. Answer. Okay. Question. And then is that when you say the house, where do you go? Answer. Ashley house. I was saying, damn, I didn't know like the air was messed up. Question. Okay. But did you eventually go to see Miss Grayson that night? Answer. Yes. Question. Who was with you? Answer. Brandon. Question. And where did you go to see her? Answer. At her house. Question. Did y'all eventually leave there? Answer. Yes. Question. Where'd y'all go? Answer. To Josh's house. Question. And about how long was that drive? Answer. Probably about 40 minutes. Question. Okay, and where does Josh live? Answer. He lived in Dallas. Question. And was it in what kind of place? Answer. A high-rise, I think. Question. Okay. During the ride, did you talk to Ashley Grayson about anything? Answer. Yes. Question. And what did y'all talk about? Answer. We talked about the house. We talked about Derica, Sherelle, and Patrick. Question. Let's take those in order. What did y'all talk about the house? Answer. She was saying that she could just take her name. She could just pay $20 to take her name off the house and put my name on there, and it won't take no time. Is that what you wanted to have happen? Answer. Yes. Question. Did you want it in your name? Answer. Well, I just wanted her name off of it. I didn't care if it was in my name, my sister's name. I didn't care. But she said my name, so I was good with it. Question. Okay. And then who was the next person you said y'all talked about? Answer. Derica, or I don't know. I don't know the order. Question. Okay, well, let's just take it one at a time. Who's Sherelle? Do you know her whole name? Answer. Sherelle Hodge. I think that's her whole name. Question. Okay, and what'd y'all talk about with Sherelle? Answer. Her TikTok page, like she had made a video about Ashley being a scammer. So that's what we were talking about. Question. Whose TikTok page? Answer. Sherelle's TikTok page. Question. Had you seen that before? Answer. Yes. And did you talk to Ashley about that night? Yes. And what was the nature of the post that was offensive? Well, I guess the whole post was offensive because she was talking about both Ashley and Josh in the post, so... Question, and what was it about? Answer, her credit. She was saying that, I don't remember. Okay, they're going to get in some extraneous stuff. Okay, this goes back and forth. Let's see here. Oh, this is crazy. Okay. We're going to stop really close to 5. Let's go here. Oh my gosh. Okay. Did Ms. Grayson during the car ride tell you why she was mad at Sherelle Hodge? Answer, yes. Question, why was she mad at Sherelle Hodge? Answer, because of the stuff Sherelle was saying on TikTok about her. Okay. What did she ask you to do as it pertained to Sherelle Hodge? Answer, she wanted me to kill her. Question, did she talk to you about any other people during that ride? Answer, Derica and Patrick. Question, all right, Patrick who? Patrick Tate. Question, and did Miss Grayson tell you what her relationship was with Patrick Tate? Answer, yes. Question, did she tell you? And what was her relationship with him? Answer, that was her ex-boyfriend. Question, and was she having any conflict with him that she told you about? Answer, yes. Question, and what did she tell you the conflict was? Answer, that he had something in her phone. He had something in his phone of her, like a video that he was using to antagonize her. Question, what did she ask you to do about Patrick Tate? Answer, to kill him too. Question, was she offering anything in exchange for that? Answer, she was offering money. Question, and who was the last person she talked to you about? Answer, Derica Harwell. I think that's her last name, Derica Harwell. Question, and did she describe to you any reason she had for animosity with Derica Harwell? Answer, yes. Question, and what did she tell you the reason that was? Answer, she said Derica created a fake account and talked about her on it and released her address to a lot of people online. Question, and what did she ask you to do as it pertains to Derica Harwell? Answer, kill her. Question, and during the car ride were amounts of money discussed? Answer, yes. Well, not like specific amounts in the car ride. Question, okay. Answer, but she did tell me that she had cash on hand ready to, make a deposit. Question, okay, and when you finished the car ride, where were y'all? Answer, at Josh's house. Question, and where was your husband? What's his name? Answer, Brandon. Question, where was he during this car ride? Answer, in the car with Josh. Question, okay, did all 4 of y'all arrive at the apartment? Answer, yes. And did y'all go up and hang out for a little while? Answer, yes. Okay, they're talking about the text messages here. Okay, so hold on. Now I've got to go back. Hang on a minute. Let's see, because they've got to have the... Get over here. Hold on, I've got to go back and get another document here. Get over here, you stupid T. Okay. Okay, that was Joshua Grayson. That was Ashley Grayson that we just saw. Johnson, I mean, I'm so sorry. Hang on. Verdict form, Ashley Grayson, jury instructions, notice of, where's our witness here? Sorry, this just moved totally up here. It's crazy. Acquittal. Know that. Testimony of Olivia Johnson. That's where he went. Okay, release of, this is, let me see, what is this? Testimony, jury trial, day 3, Neil Oldham, okay. Appeared, let's see, what is this about? Testimony as to Okay, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 20 21 22 23 24 25 26 27 28 29 30 31 32 33 34 35 36 37 38 39 40 41 42 43 44 45 46 47 48 49 50 51 52 53 54 55 56 57 58 59 60 61 62 63 64 65 66 67 68 69 70 71 72 73 74 75 76 77 78 79 80 81 82 83 84 85 86 87 88 89 90 91 92 93 94 95 96 97 98 99 100 101 102 103 104 105 106 107 108 109 110 111 112 113 114 115 116 117 118 119 120 121 122 123 124 125 126 127 128 129 130 131 132 133 134 135 136 137 138 139 140 141 142 143 144 145 146 147 148 149 150 151 152 153 154 155 156 157 158 159 160 Here's Olivia Johnson. Okay. Acquittal. Okay, hang on for 1 second here. Notice the filing. Now, where did I just have the court reporter? Heck? Transcript that I just right here. Okay, this is verdict form. Joshua Grayson. Okay. All right, here was the testimony of Olivia Johnson. Now, where is the other testimony? Minute entries. Michael Scholl appeared for Joshua Grayson. Both defendants on bond were present in court. Preliminary matters addressed. Government sworn witnesses. Olivia Johnson resumed testimony. Okay, let me see here. Okay, that one is not available. Let's see what we have. Notice of filing of official trends. Let's see what this is. Okay, well, she wanted her to kill those people. I don't know if that woman still has a TikTok account. I'm going to have to look into that and see if she has a TikTok account and see if she is going after this woman as a scammer. But this is just something. I mean, she has 3 people being killed for $20,000. Plus, she has this house deal that they didn't even mention in any of the news articles about it, right? Nothing. We found it out through here, but it's like another scam because her name is on that house. So what the freak is going on? So let's see if we can find out about this Olivia Johnson. Witness. And it's okay, so let's see. Here's something else. The husband of a popular online course coach, a life coach, who was recently sentenced to 10 years in prison for a murder-for-hire scheme, is speaking out about his wife's case. Ashley Grayson was sentenced earlier this month, that's in November, to 10 years in federal prison and 3 years supervised release. Her husband Joshua and her were criminally indicted in July of 2023 for the plot. Federal prosecutors allege that the Mississippi-based couple contacted a contract killer in Tennessee between August and September and paid that individual to murder a person identified in the federal indictment as D.H. Now we know that's Jerrica now, right? That individual was not harmed. Come on. The prosecutor stated that Ashley Grayson wanted these targets killed after they attacked her business reputation on social media. In 2022, Ashley Grayson filed a defamation lawsuit against a financial coach named Jerrica Harwell, alleging that a comment Harwell posted under one of Grayson's Facebook posts was false, defamatory, and injurious. The suit claimed that Harwell's post permanently damaged Grayson's personal reputation online and around the world, and made people believe that Grayson stalked and harassed Harwell. The prosecutor said that contract killers asked for $20,000 to carry out the murders and drove to Dallas to meet the Graysons, who paid them half the money. Surveillance video also caught the Graysons meeting with the Johnsons and her partner at an apartment complex to complete the transaction. Prosecutors said the murder was never carried out, and the Johnsons went to an attorney in Memphis to report the plot. He added that around the same time, Ashley Grayson went to the FBI under the suspicion that the Johnsons might have been trying to extort her. According to the prosecutor, Grayson and Olivia Johnson first met when Grayson was operating a credit repair business years before launching her digital course recipe enterprise. Digital course recipe. Grayson approached Johnson to ask if she would be open to promoting her business on her hugely followed social media accounts. A defense attorney for the Graysons argued that the video showing the conversation between Ashley Grayson and Johnson had been spliced and diced and was incomplete. He also stated that he didn't know whether Johnson had made the video. Joshua Grayson echoed the same assertion, stating that the prosecutors and the judge allowed an illegal, tampered, and edited video made by the Johnsons that made his wife look like she said something that she didn't. And even in Johnson's edits, Ashley still never said die or kill in the video. He also claimed that the government didn't have any legal evidence to incriminate his wife. He said, and I quote, "I'll wire anybody $500K that can show me where Ashley said in a video, phone call, trial paperwork, or any documentation that she wanted to have anyone killed or anyone killed in front of her kids." Not an edited video of what someone put together, not an AI video you put together, the legit video call. Ashley Grayson's attorney filed a notice of appeal in the case. It's all in the transcripts, but they won't tell y'all that, and y'all too lazy to read. So we're public enemy number one. She wants to play victim so bad, and y'all letting her. Everybody act like they're so scared to read the transcripts. We're not scared, Grayson. We're reading them. Okay. That's her husband saying all that y'all too scared to read the transcripts. We're not scared. We're reading them. And that's how it ended. Well, we're reading them and your wife still looks bad. Sorry. Okay. Jerrica Harwell. Why don't we see what Jerrica Harwell is up to, because She's named publicly here, Derica Harwell. Okay. She has an Instagram, Derica Harwell. She has a business about beautiful credit. Credit can be beautiful. Okay. You know, you see all these scams, right? All these scammers doing this stuff. Like, we didn't know about the house, but I see where she's going with this now, right? She's wanting to look like this person that gave somebody a house. Meanwhile, the house was in her name. And all that stuff where she said, I'm going to do a class in Memphis. And then she told the girl, I'm not going to do a class in Memphis, right? Yeah, really cool. Well, here's Derica. She has a website. She's talking about the lawsuit. Looks like they have the same kind of business, right? And apparently she has a TikTok that what's this? Guilty. Let's read this. After almost 3 years of this horrific obsession, constant harassment, and enduring absolute hell privately, Ashley Grayson was found guilty of plotting my murder today. Taking the stand yesterday was one of the most difficult things I had to do. I endured so much privately, and a good 50% of it was about to be on display. I went from being told by local police, that's just a social media thing, and crying because the courts refused to hear me in 2021 when I said she's escalating, to now having a guilty verdict on Good Friday. I'm thankful for every friend and family member who prayed with me and for me, and to every FBI agent, attorney, etc., who put in work to make this happen. My family and I are forever grateful, and although she was only charged with trying to take my life, I pray that the other 2 victims, Sherelle Hodge and Patrick Tate, feel like this win is for us all. May them and their families finally get the peace that they deserve, and their healing process can begin. To Olivia and Brandon, thank you for showing up and contributing to seeing justice served. We are all grateful. I am on a long road to healing, and so is my family, but we thank each and every one of you for your love, prayers, and continued support. This was certainly, #to my satisfaction. See y'all soon, Dr. Harwell. Tears of my enemies. So I'll have to look at her TikTok later and see what's on there. but there is witness testimony from her as well. I'd like to see a transcript of that. Okay, so this is the one of the women that she's convicted of trying to kill, right? Let's see what happens. Ashley is innocent. Ashley Grayson's husband offers $500K. Okay. Surprise of a lifetime. Oh, here's the article about, there's an article about that house. Olivia Johnson said she met Ashley Grayson on Facebook and they've grown closer ever since. Okay, surprise of a lifetime. All right. Let's see. So how about we see about Derica Harwell. Derica Harwell. Beautifying Credit, a massive credit repair operation she built all by herself from the ground up. So these ladies Grayson versus Harwell. Okay. So there is a defamation case over here. Grayson versus Harwell. This is the one that you're talking about. Ashley Massengill Grayson, plaintiff, versus Derica Harwell. This lawsuit presents competing allegations of defamation asserted by two African American women of some prominence whose online acquaintance has become a bitter feud. In her complaint, Ms. Grayson describes herself as an individual engaged in the business of digital consulting who depends upon social media to generate and maintain business for her company. The complaint asserts that she is the owner of Digital Course Recipe, a consulting agency located in North Carolina. How is she? She's in North Carolina, she's in Texas, she's all, what the heck is she doing, right? In her motion to dismiss Ms. Harwell's defamation counterclaim against her, Ms. Grayson describes her allegations in this lawsuit as follows. Specifically, the complaint alleges that on April 1st of 2022, the defendant, Derica Harwell, posted defamatory remarks about the plaintiff via Facebook. The posts of Derica Harwell were posted underneath pictures of the plaintiff and stated that she, Ms. Harwell, had to get legal and file a whole restraining order on this. One, referring to the plaintiff, the post went viral, being shared over 40,000 times. In her complaint, Ms. Grayson insists that, contrary to Ms. Harwell's Facebook post, she has never been the subject of a restraining order filed by the defendant, and that, contrary to the defamatory statements of the defendant, the plaintiff maintains a reputation for being a law-abiding citizen who does not harass or stalk others. In her response, in opposition to the motion to dismiss her counterclaim, Ms. Harwell paints a very different portrait of the events leading up to the lawsuit as follows, doesn't it always? That beginning in September of 2020, Ms. Harwell and Ms. Grayson became acquaintances via Facebook. as they're in the same profession and they know mutual people. During the course of that relationship, Ms. Grayson began to post derogatory comments regarding the defendant counter-plaintiff via social media. The defendant counter-plaintiff never reacted, but she blocked Ms. Grayson's account on Facebook. On or about August of 2022, upon information and belief, Ms. Grayson began to anonymously engage in a pattern of posting hundreds of false and defamatory statements regarding Ms. Harwell on various social media sites, as well as sending Ms. Harwell harassing direct messages under various anonymous usernames on Facebook. In August of 2022, upon information and belief, Ms. Grayson posted Ms. Harwell's home address and phone number, sound familiar, on social media in an attempt to follow, alarm, and harass Ms. Harwell. That on August 18, 2022, after numerous attempts to report the harassment to law enforcement and obtain a restraining order, Ms. Harwell reported the harassment online and was able to get an official police report filed against Ms. Grayson in order to obtain a restraining order. That on or about September 26, 2022, the Federal Bureau of Investigation, the FBI, came to Ms. Harwell's home and advised her that Ms. Grayson attempted to hire individuals to murder, specifically her, in the presence of her children. That as a result, Ms. Harwell, upon the request of the FBI and out of fear for her life, was forced to move herself and her family from their home and was placed under protection. That videos of the murder for hire have been posted on various social media sites, podcasts, and interviews. That to cover up the murder for hire investigation, Ms. Grayson has proceeded to sue the multiple victims of the attempted murder for hire for defamation. Ms. Harwell thus contends that this defamation lawsuit against her is part of an attempt by Ms. Grayson to cover up the murder for hire investigation against her. In her defamation counterclaim, Ms. Harwell further alleges that Ms. Grayson has posted statements under anonymous names, Amanda Stone and Jane Duo, that were traced back to Ms. Grayson, alleging that Ms. Harwell has a fraudulent business and reposted videos of a disgruntled tenant with the defamatory and derogatory hashtags on or about October 2022. In her response, Ms. Harwell, a DeSoto County resident, describes herself as a public figure and CEO of Beautify Credit and a real estate mogul. And she, much like Ms. Grayson, alleges that the defamatory statements made against her have caused her economic injury in her business. Okay. Trying to see where I was here. I just lost my place here where I was in this document. Okay, needless to say, the parties offered dramatically different characterizations of the facts of the case, and this court suspects that at the end of the day, it will be left to a jury to decide whose version of events is accurate. At this juncture, however, this court must address Ms. Grayson's motion to dismiss the defamatory counterclaim against her on the basis of the dismissal of a separate defamation action, which was filed by Ms. Harwell in DeSoto County Circuit Court. In asserting that the dismissal of Ms. Harwell's state court defamation action should be granted collateral estoppel effect, in this case, Ms. Grayson must first confront the fact that the state court action was filed not against her, but rather against Ms. Rachel McClin. Ms. McClin is the disgruntled tenant referenced in the portion of the defamation counterclaim quoted above, and once again, Ms. Harwell alleges that Ms. Grayson anonymously reposted Ms. McClin's YouTube video, which was critical of Ms. Harwell and her business practices. It should be noted at the outset that the party's claim is barred by collateral estoppel if the issue in both actions are identical, the issue was actually litigated in the prior action, and the determination of the issue was necessary part of the judgment in that action, let's see what this is going on through a bunch. Even if this court were to somehow find that the privity requirement is met in this case, it still would conclude that under Ms. Grayson's own description of the DeSoto County action, the trial judge in that case made no final ruling that the defamation claims against Mrs. Macklin lacked factual merit. In describing the DeSoto County lawsuit, Ms. Grayson writes in her reply brief that in order to satisfy the second prong, a party must show that the prior action was actually litigated. An issue is actually litigated when the issue is properly raised by the pleadings or otherwise and is submitted for determination and is determined. The issue in the defendant's prior action went before the court on Rachel Macklin's motion to dismiss. An order was entered on January 12th of 2021, dismissing Harwell's complaint against Macklin, but allowing the then plaintiff Harwell to amend her complaint. This was never done, and a joint order of dismissal was entered shortly after the January 14th, 2021, dismissing Harwell's complaint with prejudice. The general rule is that a dismissal with prejudice functions as a dismissal on the merits. After a defendant is dismissed with prejudice, the plaintiff's case against the defendant has ended. Ms. Grayson then asserts that an order was entered in the DeSoto County action on January 12, 2021, dismissing Ms. Harwell's complaint against Ms. Macklin, but allowing then plaintiff Harwell to amend her complaint. As a federal trial judge, the court has issued many similar orders, finding that a complaint failed to properly state a claim, but nevertheless granting the plaintiff an opportunity to submit an amended complaint. This court does not regard such orders as a determination of the underlying merits of the claim in question, since the fact that a plaintiff is being granted an opportunity to file an amended complaint generally reflects an openness on the part of the court to the possibility that she might in fact be able to assert valid claims. If the court did not believe that such a possibility existed, then it would simply dismiss the case outright, rather than granting the plaintiff an opportunity to amend. Based on Ms. Grayson's own description of the DeSoto County action, it appears that the state court judge issued an order which reflected a similar openness to the possibility that Ms. Harwell's claim against Ms. Macklin might prove to have merit. That order was followed by a joint motion to dismiss the case filed by the parties, and the court will not speculate regarding whether this dismissal represented a victory for the plaintiff or the defendant in that action. In her brief, Harwell asserts that the litigation between defendant counterplaintiff Derica Harwell and Rachel Macklin was settled between the parties and dismissed jointly and not by the court. And she further asserts that it is quite disturbing that counsel attempts to misrepresent to this honorable court the nature of the litigation in order to succeed on the present motion to dismiss. Okay, so let's get to the end of this here now. If Ms. Harwell is able to present evidence in support of these allegations in response to any summary judgment motion, then the court will be more inclined to find triable jury issues regarding the identity of the internet poster in question, that is, a case lacking proof of such disturbing allegations. Having said that, the court believes that Ms. Harwell would be well advised to support her claims with evidence developed during discovery, such as by issuing subpoenas to internet service providers in order to attempt to ascertain the identity of the persons making the posts in question. Ultimately, however, this court suspects that the competing allegations made by Ms. Grayson and Ms. Harwell will prove to be so irreconcilable with each other that it will be left to a jury to determine who's lying and who's telling the truth. The court offers no opinion on this matter, since its role in the case is not to serve as the trier of the fact, but merely to determine whether triable fact issues exist. At this juncture, it rather strongly appears that they do. It is therefore offered that Ms. Grayson's motion to dismiss the defamation counterclaim against her is denied. So ordered. Okay, so Grayson versus Harwell. So there's a lot here to unpack. Wow. Ashley Grayson. Wow. I'm going to have to go down this woman's TikTok to see what's going on, but this is very interesting to me for a number of reasons. But I'm going to go, where are you guys? Hold on. So, yeah, I had pictures of her. There were pictures of her here. Right here. This is her. Right there. Right here. Right there. So that's that, right? So, she's going to prison for 10 years. There's no parole. She's going to prison for 10 years. And I'm going to follow up and see some more of this and see what else I can find out. Because, what is interesting is like these other scams, like what about that house? Like, what the heck was she doing with that? Like, I don't know. There's a lot here to unpack. And they're influencers. I mean, they don't have any tremendous. Their followings on Instagram are under 10,000, and that's after this case. Usually, when people get into a case where it's litigated, people start to follow that. So, you just imagine maybe they were 1,000 when this happened. I don't know what she has on TikTok, but on Instagram they don't have a big following. She may have a bigger one on TikTok. I don't know. That I'll have to see if that's true, what she has there, and exactly what her TikTok is consisting of. He's now accusing people of not reading the transcripts. We're not afraid. Give me all the transcripts. I'll read them. What's his name again? Joshua. I'll read all the transcripts. Send them my way. I'll read every one of them. I'm not afraid, Joshua. Okay, she has under 10. She has 8,000. It's not some big giant. She has some courses online, pre-recorded $500. One lesson. Mindset in order. One lesson, $500. 48-hour extension for courses. Purchased but not completed. $49 for an extension. From post to profits, a crash course, $500. Credit repair company, $500. It's called the Harwell Academy. Short-term rental Airbnb masterclass, $500. DIY digital course masterclass, $500. See, I always think real estate webinar, $500. Tax lien webinar, $500. Have you ever seen the people that say they're going to teach you how to be like this, get this tremendous following? Really? When you don't even have 10,000 followers on Instagram? That's a red flag for me. You're going to tell me how to get this tremendous following when you don't even have 10,000 followers on Instagram? And I guarantee you, she got a lot since this case, not from her marketing. And she may very well have been harassed by the other lady. Well, the other lady was convicted of trying to have her killed. I mean, but what I'm trying to say is, I don't know how legit or what is going on, but I tend to think, you know, if I'm going to take something from somebody, well, you had better have, a $2 million, a 2 million follower following. If you're going to tell me you're this genius, right? Business 101, Business 102, $500. Few more courses. And what about these courses? Purchase the course, official merchandise. Well, why did you tell us about the course? What are you telling us about? There's nothing here. Just wants the money, right? 2 lessons. Where's the big introduction to this? Upgrade your course access today. All she's doing is upselling. But what is going on here? This means nothing. 2022 mentorship program? Why it's going to be 2025? And look, this is another red flag. You go to click on a link and the page isn't found there, so you can't even keep the website up to date. Now, I am not saying that who is wrong. I'm telling you who was convicted. This woman wasn't convicted. This woman had a hit on her. But I'm trying to tell you something, too, about what's going on here. Apparently, they were both talking some smack on each other. But one person went and took it a whole lot further, right? They were already involved in a lawsuit and a countersuit. And one person took it a whole lot further and put a hit on her. Right? So, yeah. I don't know. I'd have to see her TikTok. I'd like to see it. Featuring her as one of the top 50 most influential women in business. Now, is that true? The top 50? Is this woman the top 50 most influential woman in business? I don't know. Like, what is the criteria for that? But anyway, whatever it is, if, someone's plotting to kill you, that shouldn't be right, allowed. And this is social media, right? And like she said, the police say, oh, that's social media. That's why our laws need to change. That's That's why examples need to be made. That's why you just can't trust anybody going around saying crap because people say crap just to get at people, to try to destroy people they're jealous of, to destroy people. And here you had two women in competing businesses, and it looks like they had maybe tried to get together, but then tried to discredit one another. So that's just according to the legal documents. I don't know either of these women from Adam, from Adam's house cat. I don't know. I don't know Adam's house cat. I don't know either of these women. But anyway, I'm going to find out some more and I'll report back. But until that, now we're going to do the daily puzzle. And then we're going to go to sleep. And then I've got to get up and I've got to bake gingerbread and I've got to wrap presents and I've got to get ready for Christmas. And they are both relevant in my world because they're both relevant. I've never heard of them, so no discreditation required. They were non-existent even prior to the crime. You mean irrelevant, right, White Angel? Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. Okay, let's do the daily. And then we're going to go to bed. And then I've got to get up and do stuff. And it's freezing. It's minus 2 degrees here. I'm absolutely freezing. Freezing, I said. You need one thing in the morning? Kevin? I need a lot more than one thing, but that's beside the point. I've got to find out what cake Luke wants. My little boy is having a birthday on Tuesday. Can't believe it. Baby. My baby boy. Oh my gosh, I can't get this to go where I need it to go. Okay, Kevin, doily, 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 doily. Thank you. I got every word except doily. Got every word except doily. 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 Tomorrow night will be. Okay. Let me see. Alright. I'm back up to go to sleep. Remember? Remember? Okay, real. I already have real, don't I? Yes, I do. Team, I thought. Okay, let's see what else you guys have got. Anything else that I don't have? B. B. Okay, I have melt. Tree. Are you sure do I have tree? No, I don't have tree. T-R-E-E. Tree. Okay. Number. Oh. Hi, Debbie. Neely. What is sad? Are you behind, Debbie? I think Debbie must be behind in the video. Hi, Justina. All right, I'm gonna go to bed. Gotta go to bed. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Everybody be good. Love you guys. God bless. Prayers. We'll see you tomorrow.